Welcome to Retreat TV and Podcast. Good morning, I'm Liesl Albrecht, the Retreat Specialist, and welcome to this edition of On the Couch Retreat TV and Podcast. I know we're not literally on the couch for this one because Michelle is in Canada. And where are you, Stacey?
I'm in Vermont, in the US.
Beautiful. So we're in three completely separate locations. So thank goodness for technology that we can chat like this and get the word on our retreats out there.
Yeah.
So I'll introduce both Michelle and Stacey in a moment. But first of all, I want to read what I've written down about their retreats because I think they're amazing. So Catalonia Spiritual Retreat is 9 days, and it's a mystical trip designed to release a lifetime of judgment, searching and seeking to reveal a heart-centered version of yourself. I think that's awesome because that's what retreat should be, to reveal that authentic self. So, Michelle, tell me a little bit about you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was born in London in England and I grew up in Europe actually. Hence the connection to France. I'm an expat. Well, I'm a Canadian citizen, actually. I've been here my whole adult life, but I spent all my formative years growing up in Europe. So I know France very well. I know the language, the culture, the people, and it, of course, draws me there very deeply. I have a profound connection there. And the same is true for Italy as well, where we will also be ultimately having some retreats.
Yay!
So that's my connection to the area. And I actually own a house there as well, I should add.
Beautiful. Lovely. How exciting. Yeah. And Stacey, what about you?
Yes, I'm a native Vermonter, and I've spent about the past 12 years doing energy work in a few different forms. I started out with animals and helping them cross over and helping their owners deal with that crossover. And that really led into working deeper and deeper with the pet parents, and which really transformed into helping people really be true in their hearts, feel their true feelings, be who they are, and really go for what they want in their lives. It just naturally unfolded that way. And so I've spent the last 12 years doing hands-on work, working online with people all over the world, really helping them step into their purpose and their gifts.
Okay, let's jump in and learn a bit more about the Unearth Your Soul's Purpose in Sacred Southern France retreat.
What I'm excited about, Liesl, is the location. It is spectacular. We are actually staying, and we will spend the whole 9 days in one place. It's a retreat. I want everybody to feel settled and feel at home and not have to pack their suitcases and move around. And we are staying in a 4-star hotel that is actually a castle. It's a full-on castle. There's even a swimming pool on the rooftop. And there's one in the ground too. There's a spa, which of course we will be taking full advantage of as we go through the retreat, and we work hard with our hearts and minds and spirits, that we also take care of our bodies. The hotel is in a natural setting on 65 acres of woodland in the foothills of the Pyrenees. There are villages nearby, which you can imagine as literally the quintessential perched French village, the winding roads, the slopes, the forests on the slopes, and just a truly, truly gorgeous experience too, which will really ignite you from inside out, because that's what happens when I'm there.
I love how I can see, that glow in you as you talk about your retreat.
Yes. Oh, you bet. You bet.
As a retreat facilitator, I love seeing other facilitators get that same glow I get. I love it. And that's what truly makes retreats transformational. So, Stacey, you're doing the 6 pillars of unlimited living. Is that right?
That is correct. And what's beautiful of the way Michelle put out all of the spaces for us to visit is they are the sacred portals for us to really activate our truth. That's absolutely in our DNA right now. And the 6 pillars coordinate with that really well, because it's a set of fundamentals for our brain to kind of wrap around, and gives us a foundation to step on to really know how to live from that heart space, because we're so trained to live from our brain and do what we think is right or wrong. And we have to come out of that and really transform how we see ourselves, how we understand ourselves, and how to live this life from a very open space, from our heart, from that space. So Michelle beautifully paired the 6 pillars with these locations that are so really heartwarming and activate us in a way that we can't do just sitting in front of a computer or taking a class or even being in a classroom with someone. So those paired together will be such a magnificent integration for people to really meld this and transform how they go back and do their lives.
That sounds amazing. I said to Michelle a while back that this is on my list for next year.
Great. Good.
When you release dates, I'll have to go, which one can I go to?
It sounds like we should tell you when the retreat is, Liesl.
Yes, so you've got one coming up very soon, haven't you?
Yes, we do. In fact, we have a retreat coming up very soon. I'll give you the dates. The dates are from October 7th to 15th. So that means that you would be arriving, your destination where we will meet you is in fact Toulouse. There are people who are already familiar with that beautiful city in France. It's where we will start. We will have a couple hours drive in our VIP bus to get us to the hotel down in the Pyrenees. So those are the dates, the 7th to the 15th. We also have a magnificent payment plan. It's important to me and to us as a company to make this available to the many rather than to the few. And I'll tell you why. It's priced. This is a luxury tour. You're staying in a 4-star hotel. I'm making sure that you get gourmet food every step of the way, that you have your own spectacular princess suite to live in for the time that you're there. I'm bringing in an artist for a private class for us. I'm taking out the spa privately for us. So this is a high-end tour, but I want to make sure that anybody who wants to be there can be. So please get in touch with us. We have a 10-month payment plan that will absolutely get you there if that's what you want.
Beautiful. And you know, that's so important. People look at retreats and say, oh, I don't know that I can afford that. And you might not be able to afford it in one go, but having a payment plan, you can. Pay your deposit and then pay it off.
Exactly.
Okay. So I want to ask you some of those logistical questions.
Sure,
so
go ahead.
Who is this retreat for?
Stacey, I'll hand that one to you.
So, Liesl, this is for someone who really feels like there's something more inside and they haven't been able to quite grasp it yet. Someone who knows that they haven't yet stepped into their full purpose and can't really seem to identify their gifts and really step out in the world and use those. And this is the space for them to absolutely see that about themselves, activate it, put it into use, really transform how they do their life with relationships, with their career, with every aspect, because they're going to leave with the tools to actually do that, transform any area of their life. So really it's that person who has something inside kind of nagging at them and they don't know how to grab at it. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense.
We will be visiting Rennes-le-Château, which is if people don't know exactly the place Rennes-le-Château, you will know what I mean when I say the Da Vinci Code. And the Holy Grail. Rennes-le-Château is ground central for the Holy Grail. So that legend of what it is what are we seeking? Is it outside? Is it inside? Is it a new connection? Is it a divine feminine? There are many ways to interpret this. So the area actually is very much, there's another word that will be familiar to people, is the Cathars. The Cathar castles, the Cathar ruins. So we are in Cathar country, ladies. And also, of course, there's a huge Mary Magdalene connection and legend that is still very much alive in the region. And we will be connecting to that also. And I just want to add that the lady that we have, that I have hired as our local guide, her name is Annika Cormans. She's actually from Holland originally, but has been there for more than 20 years. She has written 2 books that are based on her historical research in the area. She, in my mind, is brilliant at making all these connections that I was just describing. And it's just a delight for both Stacey and I that we will have such a highly qualified person to guide us through the entire retreat.
Beautiful.
On the local level.
Nice.
Yeah, and if I could add how wonderfully her work and my work are coming together, it's amazing. And the understanding she has of the history and what the Cathars and Mary Magdalene have shown us is how to be who you truly are, no matter what's going on around you and your circumstances. And that's really what we're going to be bringing for people here.
That just sounds so amazing. And, you know, so many women are following that path of Mary Magdalene and
Yes,
wanting to be where she was to
Correct.
engage with her energy and her story.
Yes.
And it's
Good point, Liesl. That energy is
Yeah.
very much there. That's a wonderful point, Liesl. And clearly you are someone who needs to go there.
clearly.
And you and many others, I think.
Yeah. It's, you know, so amazing for women now that there's so many women stepping up into that energy and
Yes.
stepping out of that life that we just thought we'd have for so long.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And into this spiritual path. And, you know,
Exactly.
I talk about as women and men that we're walking the paths of our destiny.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
going to retreats like this that really trigger that energy in you and that connect you with those ancestral connections are just
Exactly.
so changing.
I'm amazed how well you understand it. And we're not alone, as you say. It's resonating with you, Liesl. There's a profound resonance, I think, and you're absolutely right. That many people, we've had perfectly acceptable, wonderful lives, but is there something? There's something that we feel we still haven't quite connected to, lived out, experienced, understood fundamentally about ourselves. And this is what we're doing, and that's why we're going.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So how do people get in contact with you both if they want to know more about the retreat?
Well, everything they need to know is actually on our website. So the company name is Inner Circle Tours. And I'd like to let you know that once you join us by whatever way that is, by email, by connecting with Stacey or myself, you will then be, I came up with this concept, you're an insider, which I love.
I love that.
You'll be in the inside circle. So innercircletours.com is our website. There is a link to the retreat once you hit the home page. And on the retreat page, you will find a button to make your appointment with Stacey. We're recommending that you actually connect with Stacey for the free consultation as your first step. It might seem a little intimidating to you to actually talk to Stacey, but trust me, it's a great way to connect with her and to really get a sense of whether or not this retreat is for you, because of course we want you to really, really feel that. So go to the website, click on the retreat link. I'm pretty sure Liesl is going to put a link here for you underneath the video, and get in touch. innercircletours.com. Thank you.
Beautiful. Nice. So considering you've got one coming up very soon, people need to get in touch really quickly.
Get in there, yes, please.
And if October doesn't fit for you, then, you know, keep an eye on the webpage. Sign up for Michelle and Stacey's newsletters so you can find out when the dates for next year are. And, you know, the possibility is I'll be there with one of you.
I can't wait to sign you up, Liesl.
So, Michelle and Stacey, thank you for joining me today on the couch, Retreat TV and podcast. I love talking to women who are walking that path of their destiny and taking others along for the ride, because, you know, in this era, we need to be stepping up and stepping out of what we know and experiencing something different. And retreats do that. They change lives by going on a magical experience and stepping out of your comfort zone and stepping into somewhere extraordinary. So thank you very much. I look forward to hearing all about
Thank you for having us on, Liesl. This has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
It's quite okay. And I look forward to hearing everybody's experiences on your retreats. So
absolutely.
I can't wait for that. And I'd love to get you guys back next year when a few have been out there to talk about what people have experienced and what you guys have, as retreat facilitators, have experienced as well, because I love hearing those stories and those joys and just how it all starts to make sense. So if you want to know more about Michelle and Stacey, take a look at the link which will be on the screen and also underneath the YouTube clip. I look forward to seeing your retreat grow and blossom and touch the women that you need to touch with this. Yay.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time on Retreat TV and Podcast.